Well, hello, Boise. For the last 2 months, Chief Ryan Lee and I have had community conversations with members of the Our Path Home continuum of care, meeting residents in parks around the city to talk about the needs of those in Boise experiencing homelessness and, importantly, the organizations that provide services to those that need them. But all too often, the focus became on one topic only, and that is the location of a proposed emergency shelter that serves an incredibly important need within our community. I know, as Boiseans, that the tone and tenor that I've witnessed is not reflective of who we are. And it's incredibly important that we get back to a conversation that's focused on people, those that live within this community, those needing support and services, with the Boise values that we've demonstrated time and time again we hold. And that is centering our work and our solutions on people with compassion to protect the community that we love. I know that shelter is a must, that Interfaith Sanctuary is an incredible leader in providing the service that it provides. And I also know that our community is ready to have a focused conversation on how we best meet the needs of those seeking emergency shelter and meet the very pressing need of housing within Boise. Shelter and better shelter, we've learned in the last year, is incredibly important. Throughout COVID, we partnered with Interfaith and other organizations to ensure that those most fragile were in better environments that protected their health and their families. We want to continue that. This morning, I asked Interfaith Sanctuary if they would please pause their application, and they agreed. I asked them to do this because I know that Boiseans can do hard things. I know that we all recognize the responsibility that we have to serve those who need the service the most. And I know that we're committed to ensuring that we get this right when we can and how we can, while protecting those most vulnerable in this community by keeping neighborhoods whole and by centering it on the values that we all hold as Boiseans. So in the pause for the application currently, I have committed to establishing a task force that will be charged with, over the course of only 8 weeks, reviewing the best practices with regard to shelter, reviewing land that's available and the plan proposed by Interfaith, looking at all of the solutions that we have to provide as a community to ensure that we stay who we are and we do it in a way that's reflective of who we are. At the end of that 8 weeks, I will expect that committee to come back to me with a proposed solution and agreement around better shelter. And I want to be clear that it could well be on State Street. It might be on a piece of property nearby that the city has. But what is most important is that these solutions become focused fully from a community perspective, with all engaged on that task force on the people that we seek to serve. So we'll have more information soon on who will make up that task force, but I want to be clear. This task force will be charged with a really important role of making a recommendation to me, and I will take that recommendation and work to ensure that the city meets the needs of those most vulnerable that we care deeply about, meets the needs of our neighborhoods, and is respectful of the process that we will soon undertake. Thank you very much.